Hello, love. Welcome to Feeling Fridays here on the Libran Key. These are messages for the highest and greatest good of the Empath Collective and the Empath Journey here on Mama Gaia. Know that if this message has found you, and or if you have found it, that there is something here for you. That is always the intention that I put into these messages. If you're returning here, thank you, family, for being here. Sending you so much love wherever you are across this beautiful Mama Gaia. And if you are finding this video for the first time, a very warm and loving welcome to you. We have the energy of the green dragon coming through for this Feeling Fridays message. The energy essentially of the dragon realm, but specifically the dragon that comes in on the emerald or green ray. This particular dragon is coming through with a healing frequency, very similar to that of Archangel Raphael, and a transmutational energy in terms of how healing is alchemical. The process of healing is alchemical and transmutational, okay? This message, they're prefacing this message with a very specific reference to those of us, especially those of us who resonate as Gaia workers, and this connection to the dragons and the dragon realm being the energy clearers of the ley lines or the dragon lines here on Mama Gaia. Okay, I'm hearing also the word Avalon here. I'm getting a lot of that energy coming through actually. Avalon, Lady of the Lake, Merlin, very synchronistic right now. That coming through. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you to the Dragon Realm for that. And they want me to get to the crystals right away. So I'm working with the energies here of prehnite and smoky quartz. The smoky quartz coming through again. This smoky quartz has a bit of the golden healer in it as well. Golden healer quartz. I don't know if you can see that. It's difficult to see, but there are little flashes or inclusions of golden healer in that. Again, pointing to transmutation, okay? The energy of transmutation. The emerald ray, the green ray. They're also pointing me to the energy of the higher heart here with this prehnite. Is an energy that is inherently transmutational. It's inherently transmutational, okay? They want to come in here for a little bit of an energetic update as well with regard to empaths and the concept of transmutation, the alchemy of emotions, the alchemical process of emotions, okay, coming through for this as well. They're showing me the energy of fire, working with the fire elementals, so the salamanders. I'm even hearing fireflies, fire fairies, if that resonates with you as well. There is energy, there's an energy signature in the element of fire that is inherently alchemical, inherently transmutational. And what I'm seeing is little fires literally being lit. And this isn't literally, okay, metaphorically, across Mama Gaia in terms of the lights sparking. I'm actually being directed. If any of you have ever seen the movie Waking Life, there is a scene where I think it's like the Ethan Hawke, what's her name? The two actors that were in Before Sunrise, where they're having a discussion about the discovery of fire and consciousness and shared consciousness across the world and throughout historical timelines, and that we all share consciousness. What happens is, so they're giving that as an analogy. It's a fantastic movie. If you know, I invite, if you're feeling like, whoa, what's that? Check that movie out. It is fantastic. It's been years since I watched that movie, but it was a big part of my journey, especially when I was a philosophy student in university. So what they're showing me with that is, this is an example of what's happening, and they keep on giving me number synchronicities here, by the way. Oh, wow. Fascinating. So they're showing me instead of one step forward, 2 steps back, they're showing me 1 step back, 2 steps forward. And they're doing this through showing me progression of numbers ever since I started getting into the meditation and doing this reading. So progress is happening, although we may be feeling that we want it to go more quickly. It's happening. But there's a review process taking place as well, because in order for us to fully heal something and move forward or transmute it or understand the concept of transmutation, we need to be able to kind of almost do a review first. They're showing me a review. They're showing me soul reviews. They're showing me life reviews. They're showing me this energy of looking back at something like you're seeing it as a movie being played in front of you or a story being played in front of you, for you to kind of follow the golden breadcrumbs back. A lot of energy coming through for that. And 2:22 on the clock now as I say that. So this is very much an energy of it's happening collectively. And although we may be doubting whether this is happening in conversations with other like souls or with other empaths, it's happening. And I keep on getting 11 coming through for that. Yeah, this is 2 of Wands kind of portal energy again. That had come through in the last message as well. Okay, I'm going to start by popping some cards from Kyle Gray's Gateway of Light Oracle. I'm also going to be asking for guidance through the numerology guidance cards. The decks have just been, they've been very active today at the moment. Anyway, and I'm also going to be popping some cards here from Pamela's mini deck from the Rider-Waite-Smith. It is Tuesday, July 16th. The recording of this message, this is for Feeling Fridays, July 19th, 2024 in this calendar year, okay? This Green Dragon energy coming through. I'm also getting the energy here of split timelines. Okay, I want for a moment for them to kind of expand on that, because that feels like it came right out of left field. It really did. It came out of the blue, but they're wanting to bring this down to earth. Okay, Archangel Sandalphon coming through for this as well now to try and bring this down to earth for us. Split timelines in terms of trajectories. Okay, they're showing me the Wheel of Fortune. They're showing me the Wheel of Time, specifically connected to the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, they're showing me cogs. They're showing me the inside of a clock, of an old-fashioned clock, okay? And I'm seeing how, we have the cogs that go like this, we've got the little cogs in the wheel, and then another wheel coming in with cogs attaching. Something is aligning again right here, okay? There's a lot of Vesica Pisces in that too. And I'm seeing the infinity as well symbol, the lemniscate in that too. So, wow. Okay, and now they're directing me to how I cut the deck. This is about mission work. Order of Melchizedek. They're showing me that as, they're showing me that as like a wheel of time. A wheel within a wheel, which is interesting. Embraced by light, mission uncovered, don't give up. That feels like a very specific message for some of you. That's a very specific message in terms of mission work, especially if you resonate with being a light worker or a starseed, in addition to being an empath, of course, because they all overlap more times than not. Well, that was fast. Okay. Inner Earth, base chakra, strength and security, laying foundations at the bottom of the deck. Some of us connected to Agartha. This is also the energy of Gaia work. They're showing me that the dragons are responsible for laying the foundations of these dragon lines and ley lines. That's what they're giving me with that. I'm also being shown the importance here of the grounding aspect of, okay, dragons are phenomenal for this. Like they're really emphasizing the fact that dragons are incredibly powerful when it comes to grounding frequencies. That's all they want me to say. Okay, higher heart activation. This goes with that prenite energy coming in for this, okay? And coming and happening at the heart space. So this higher heart activation that is taking place, this feels collective, dropping shields, divine love, your heart is healed. It's to do with this and this Vesica Pisces symbol that keeps on coming through. Okay, this overlapping here, this Vesica Pisces, sometimes connected to this concept of, you know, twin flame energy, take whatever resonates here for you, okay? But specifically what they're showing me with this is the masculine and feminine within. This is activating or being activated by something at the heart. And there's a big healing taking place there in order for the energies of transmutation to fully come into effect within each and every one of us. So this act of balancing or harmonizing the masculine with the feminine within each and every one of us is an act of transmutation, is what they're saying here. Karmic board clearing, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth. That's exactly what's happening here. This is with this timeline shifting, splitting, all this jazz right here. I'm hearing the phrase, you'll never miss what's meant for you. There's no FOMO here. There's no fear of missing out here. Oh my God, they're so solid in that. Sword of light, divine protection, cords cut, breakthrough energy. This always feels like Archangel Michael to me when it comes through this particular deck. We talked about cord clearing or derooting in the last message. I'm going to link that up here because there's already been a few messages that have come through already from the previous video, okay? Let me just make a note of the time here, because there's something in the previous transmission Tuesday message that is applying here with regard to that. Yeah, the messages are mirroring each other is what they're showing me, okay? They're kind of going together. All right, so divine protection. I'm getting there is a lot that is available to us in terms of divine protection. Right before we have breakthrough moments, and essentially they're also showing this to me like aha moments. So we're all experiencing this to different degrees on our journeys currently. Right before we have those breakthrough moments, we can feel very energetically like something is off. Sometimes we even have things actually physically breaking in our environment as examples of that, like a bracelet or a necklace they're showing me. They're showing me like vases falling or glasses falling and things breaking like on the floor, like plates, okay? Call in divine protection. If you're feeling wonky, one of the best things that you know, one of the best pieces of advice that I've ever been given in terms of just, you know, especially when you're in that mode of you're trying to search for why this is feeling this way, and you're kind of in that state of like, what is going on? What the heck? Like that broke, this person said that, you know, this thing happened outside of my house today or whatever. That just seems very weird and out of the blue and you know, out of the ordinary. They're showing me again the energy of getting grounded, clearing, and calling in divine protection. And every single one of us, they're showing me, who connects to these energies, this is interesting because they're being very specific here about light workers, star seeds, you know, those who awaken to certain divine energies within them, connections. They're being really, really specific about this. And especially if you're watching this, that's how specific they're getting. We each have a dragon, essentially. They want me to leave it there. Take it, because there's so many different interpretations of this. Like certain people believe we all have a guardian dragon or a teacher dragon, you know. a dragon that we associate with different realms, etc., etc. They just want me to say we all have a dragon. So calling in that, oh, interesting. And they're also using this metaphorically with regard to that protector energy. And that's for everybody. Yeah, in terms of just having protection, divine protection available to us. We must call it in. Now, this doesn't mean that we go through life haphazardly and just do stupid shit and not pay attention, okay? But this is more of an energetic energy, of a spiritual energy, the energy of spirit connected here, okay? The central sun, abundance. They're also giving me the words here, sorry. Like spirits or entities, things like that, okay? Because I feel for some of us that might be resonating. The central sun. These are abundance downloads, regeneration and success. Okay, so they're putting, this is interesting. So they're putting it in this order. They're showing me karmic board clearing. Take that however it resonates, because it's at different levels. It's also energetic clearing. It could also be a specific pattern, a relationship you're coming out of, whatever this is for you and how it applies. Then they're giving me sort of like calling in protection. Once we clear that energy, we call in protection. A higher heart activation takes place. This could also be an energy of really feeling into unconditional love. For some of us, this is a very deep journey of forgiveness when it comes to some of the people or experiences that we have had in life that have been negative in their polarity. Okay? And then we get to this through that process. I'm also hearing with this, because this is the central sun, this is a realignment of spirit. This is a divine alignment, essentially. A realignment of spirit to the divine, to the full, to really connecting to source energy is how they're showing it to me, and deepening that connection. And that's going to be happening to various degrees for each and every one of us, okay? I'm going to be asking now through the numerology guidance cards as well. They want to give a little bit of an energetic update with this. 41, self-discipline. This is simply pointing to you, each and every one of us, excuse me, sticking to an energetic practice and being disciplined with that. Being disciplined with our self-talk, being disciplined with our affirmations, being disciplined with healthy boundaries, being disciplined with how we are connecting to our energy, being disciplined in terms of energetic practices that support us in trusting ourselves. I'm hearing saying no, drawing lines in the sand, all for your highest and greatest good, and in alignment with our highest and greatest good. Yeah. This goes back to that previous message of one step back, two steps forward. Because I'm feeling an energy here of like, come on, let's go already. Let's get this done. Some of us being really amped up, right? And thinking that, you know, it's gonna happen now. It will. It's gonna happen. Provided you're staying in that divine alignment, it's gonna happen. But they're bringing me back to this, because there's stuff that has to line up in the physical and on the third dimensional plane in our physical realities. And while that's happening, it feels like we've taken a step back, but it's propelling us forward in terms of this energy of harmonization. The two coming out here is divine feminine energy. This is connected to the sacral chakra, and it's the energy of relationships, or the energy of relation, right? Like the two we split, right? And we see outside of, it's going back to this Vesica Pisces again. And we look outside of ourselves to the other, right? So this could also be, this is fascinating. This could also be mirroring, where something clicks for you with regard to a situation where until now, you have not been able to understand completely why that happened the way it did. And then the release that comes with that, and the understanding and compassion that comes with that, and possibly the forgiveness that comes with that. 2020 on the counter as I said that. More twos. Yeah, because it's building a firmer foundation for you in the spiritual, in your spirit, for your soul. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, and they're showing me they're directing me back to the Inner Earth card here at the bottom of the deck, and laying foundations. Like, this is how you lay foundations for you to move forward more strongly. Yeah. Wow. Physical activity, look at that. 67, change. 5 with intuition, 22, master number 22 at the bottom of the deck. Okay, this base chakra, inner earth, and this physical activity are linked. There's a link here with regard to grounding ourselves through the physical, through physical activity. 6 and 7 reduced to a 13. That's the energy of the death card. That's the energy of, again, ego, death, transmutation, endings, and new beginnings. Right? I'm thinking that Semisonic song just came into my head. Like, with every new beginning comes every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. The 6 and the 7, this is basically what I've been seeing. It's like we see the progression of numbers, that this is progressing in the physical. It's happening. That's a confirmation. Change. Here's the thing with change, is what they're saying to me. The number 5 is always considered, sort of in numerology, there's a mercurial energy that's connected to 5. So in a sense, it's an unstable number, okay? And I mean that in the most physical, vibrational way possible. This is not unstable in a judgmental way or whatever. Think of it in terms of quantum physics and the field and energy, okay? The way that 5 vibrates, it's always moving. It's always moving, hence unstable, okay? So with that, you're going to see fluctuations. With that, you're going to see oscillations. With that, you're going to see 1 step back, 2 steps forward, okay? And they are, funny enough, pointing to the number 3 with regard to that, in terms of change, also reflecting that and creating change. For the creation of change to happen, as always, follow your intuition, right? Energy is the currency. Energy is the currency. Following your intuition in conjunction with physical activity, with going deeper as to maybe why your nervous system needs to be regulated. This is really important, okay? Creates a stable foundation. 2 and 2 reducing to 4, okay? And being a sort of master builder number here, okay? Look at that as I cut the deck. Yeah. Coming out of an energy of illusion is what I'm hearing with them. Wow. That's part of the alchemical process, is what the dragon is showing me right now, what this green dragon is showing me right now. Archangel Raphael, the same thing. Interesting. So this is going to be reflected in the ending of some cycle in the physical for you. Again, more endings here and beginnings. Remember, the 10 reduces to a 1, right? Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Isn't that crazy? Oh my God. Yeah, and the funny thing is they're just reminding me of the title of that song. It's called Closing Time, right? Every new beginning comes from some of the beginning's end, right? Okay, yeah. Closing out a cycle. Okay, they're showing me again that you could really be seeing this reflected in your mental body in terms of how you're thinking, changes in the way you're thinking. But this is also awareness around thoughts, okay? Awareness around thoughts that you know are not, they're not yours. They're not, and they're no longer yours, okay? That is shifting. They keep on giving me all these confirmations for that. Queen of Cups. This goes back to the intuition that we had at the bottom of the deck here. This goes back to that, okay? This Queen of Cups going within. As I flip the deck over, bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, so this is, again, we're always working, because we've got the Six of Swords here, we're always working towards some kind of harmonization or integration reflected in our physical reality, okay? Oh, wow. Okay, so this came out literally sideways. Literally, like, just went. But they want me to show it like this. Because they're, even when the Four of Wands comes out in reverse, it is still a sort of, they're showing me like a step in the right direction, right? It's still, it's just kind of delayed. There's a bit of a delay, right? This particular, they're just pointing again to the one step back, two steps forward. Not two steps back, one step forward, one step forward, two steps back. Literally, it's like, again, they're coming back to trust. They're coming back to trust, okay? This is portal energy again, but what's really cool about it is they're showing me kind of like the Eight of Wands, it moving. They're also showing this to me as timelines. This goes back to another video, and I think it was Ashtar that came through for that. I believe it was, where we were talking about timelines. Commander Ashtar speaking to that, absolutely. Where we were looking at it like a musical, like when we write musical, the bars in music, right? And this sort of jumping of timelines and things shifting. So they're bringing it back to this again, okay? And here it is for, again, about creating a solid foundation for your spirit, for your soul. And they had, yeah, that's a huge confirmation with regard to what they were showing me earlier, okay? This Five of, we got a 5 coming out here again with change. So it's really interesting here because they're showing me a different interpretation of this Five of Swords. They're showing me this man in the foreground as walking away from a situation that essentially is not in alignment with his highest and greatest good, his truth. But he's had to go through some kind of conflict to get there. He's had to engage in energy and then with his sword call in that divine protection, cut the cords, clear the energy, pull the cords from the root, okay? And they want to acknowledge here that sometimes this feels very much like standing alone, okay? That's that one step back period where we feel alone in this, where we don't feel like, you know, having to walk away from relationships, walk away from people that used to be friends, okay? People, sometimes this is work relationships. Sometimes this could be a job. In certain instances, this is walking away from toxic family members, right? clearing that energy, cutting those cords, clearing the cords. Yeah, look what they're showing me at the bottom of the deck again. Strength in reverse. Yeah. And it has us feeling a little spent. To put it lightly, in certain instances, it's like, oh my God. But there is strength in that. That's the thing. There is strength in traversing through the darkness. There's strength in the dark night of the soul. There's strength in all the bumps, peaks and valleys, right? Peaks and valleys. Okay. Oh, and they're giving me that Carl Jung reference to the height of a tree, right? The highest the tree can go is dependent upon how deep its roots can go, essentially, metaphorically, into hell. So there's a lot here, okay? There's a lot here to sort of unpack. It's really important. They're going to end it on this note, and I'm going to bring in the prenite for this as well, to really take care of ourselves when this happens, okay? To really tap into the energy of divine love, okay? Divine love, unconditional love for ourselves, trusting in ourselves, because that in itself is an act of love, okay? I'm going to end it there. Oof. Thank you for the beautiful green dragon, for Archangel Raphael coming through for this message, for the dragon realm being here to support us on this journey as empaths. I've said this before, and I will say it again and again. Dragon energy is one of the, I'm hearing, principal energies to work with as empaths. And for some people that may seem like a total oxymoron, like it doesn't make sense. But it completely does. At a very, very deep level, I'm even hearing existential level, it does. And it's because of their connection essentially to Mama Gaia, as clearers of energy for Mama Gaia, as protectors of Mama Gaia, as working within her divine matrix, working within her energy field, her lines. Mama Gaia is the ultimate empath. So it goes hand in hand, right? Hand in hand. Okay. Thank you. I thank you for being here, for sharing your energy with me in this space. And I'm sending you so much love wherever you are. In love and liberation always.